So it's March of 2003, and I'm sitting on a mattress on the floor, and the house is empty. My home is empty, and it's empty because a lot of stuff has been moved out. My wife has moved out, and I'm home alone. The person that I just had sex with, who's not my wife, she just left. And I'm sitting there in this empty home, on this mattress on the floor, and I'm thinking to myself, this is you. This is your life. This is what you do. And I'm 35 years old, and I already have 2 failed marriages. What happened to me? This is not what I wanted. I look back on it now, and I think about that, and I think about what led up to all those sinful, destructive, harmful things that I did. I look back on it now and I think, how could you not have done those things? As I think about the marriages that I destroyed, I didn't have a clue what marriage was really about. And John Piper says that marriage is God's doing and it's for His glory. My perspective on marriage was that it's about me, because all of life was about me. I spent all of my time, all of my energy trying to run my world. I had these deep idols of wanting to be in control of everything, to not really be intimate emotionally with anyone. I had this deep desire to be significant, to be somebody, to be successful, to make lots of money. I wanted to be known. And then I had these tendencies to want to comfort myself with created things like alcohol, abusing alcohol regularly, and most frequently with sex. All sorts of illicit sex. Sex in terms of pornography that I started looking at when I was in high school. Strip clubs that I started going to when I was a young adult. To eventually one-night stands and affairs. That's where I gave all my intimacy to. That's what I spent my time and my energy focused on, were those things, not my marriage. Prophet Jeremiah says that we have a tendency to forsake the fountain of living waters and to dig for ourselves broken cisterns that don't hold any water. That's what I did. Broken cisterns of sex and alcohol and career. And all that brought me to that place, sitting in a mattress on the floor in an empty house. And I despaired. I didn't want to live. I wanted my life to end. I began to think about how I could end my life. But I got scared. I didn't know what was going to happen next. I didn't know what was on the other side of death. And for probably the first time in my life, I began to pray an honest prayer. A God that I did not really know. I began to ask Him to keep me alive. Just keep me alive until morning. Somehow I knew that the next day, things could be better. They could be different. That was the beginning for me of understanding that life was no longer about me. He showed me that when I make things about me, I end up in a very empty place, sitting on a mattress on the floor in an empty house. But now, I understand life is just so much more than that. When life is not about me, it becomes so much richer. When I fell in love with my Jesus, when I understood what grace really was and how much I desperately needed it, life became better. And because of His grace, because He first loved me, I now can love. I can do that now. I've got a wonderful, godly wife, beautiful wife. We have true intimacy because we both have intimacy with God. I don't leak intimacy out in those broken cisterns anymore. Now we have a life together where we know the purpose of everything that we're about is about Him and for His glory. That is so much better than an empty house sitting on a mattress on the floor.